Alright, to start off, this is in response to Angela Holt's and Roxy's way of making the art dress. I took a spin on this, and this dress right here I made with the Angela Holt's dress art tutorial. I used, actually instead of paper mache, I used plaster paper or plaster cloth, and it worked out pretty well. I was a little bit concerned, but after you let it cure for a while, it becomes pretty hard and very sturdy. So this is what I made with her tutorial, and then I took a little bit of a different take on that, and I wrapped very light cloth over my doll, and I just basically used the same techniques, and I just glued a whole bunch of lace just to make this dress. So it's pretty similar to this. With this dress right here, I used Roxy Carr 11's dress art tutorial. I was actually pretty excited once I saw that. You just take, the paper, toilet paper roll, and you cut it to make the dimensions for the bodice. And so this is the dress I made with that. So I found you get a little bit more detail with the Angela Holt's method, but it's really messy, and I don't like a lot of mess. Now this one right here, it's a little bit bigger, as you can see. What I did was I took this doll. I've had this doll for years, I think, ever since I'm 28 now, and I've had this doll since, I would say, maybe 14 years. So I've done a lot to it. But anyways, I took this doll, and, and I watched a draping video, and through that I was able to make a little pattern. I just draped, this is interfacing, and because it's light, it made it easier for me to kind of, drape the cloth over the doll, and I was able to drape and see where the darts were and everything like that. And so using that, I was able to drape the front and back bodice pattern. So if I can actually get this straightened out here. So I made the front and the back, and then when I was going to cut it out of the paper, I actually put these two pieces together like this, and then I traced the outline, the entire outline. I actually, in the paper, I included these missing pieces, and all I did was cut in the middle of those darts to be able to fold my paper together, so to fold it over. And then I also did the skirt. And so with this, I actually also did the same thing. I put the pieces together, so I'm cutting out half of the mold, or I guess the form, at a time. As you can see here, I did, it's combined, there's no gluing on the sides. And that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be smooth, so less things to glue, so it would be a lot sturdier. And it's a very sturdy form. You can do a lot to it. So anyways, so that's what I did with this. I just basically, put it together, cut it out. I always added a little bit extra for the fold over because I wanted it to retain the exact dimensions of the pattern. So for example, I would add a little bit here so that I could glue the back half of one side to the other back half, and so forth, so that way that my dimensions would stay the same. The reason why I wanted my dimensions to stay the same is because, as you can see here, I'm able to actually cut out the pattern as you would in cloth. So I basically had the piece of paper folded like this, and I used this piece to make the front, so that would give me this piece right here. And so with this piece, what you get is you get the front, and in here you actually don't include the darts. You can if you want, I suppose, but I kept it like this. And then what this gives you is an exact fit for for your model that you made, and it fits pretty exact. I'm holding my camera so I'm not able to really show you, but once you put it all together it actually fits exactly perfect. So even when you're actually putting your pieces together, it means that you don't have to cut if you want to cover your dress form and make it artistic, if you're not doing cloth or anything like that. But if you wanted to cover it with a different thing to cover up the cardstock, you can definitely take this and put it together to form an exact fit for the form. And then that way you're cutting bigger pieces. You don't have to do, you know, tiny pieces to cover your dress form, and it makes it just that much easier. I'm all about doing things a little bit faster. When things take a long time, I kind of start losing interest. But yeah, so these are my results, and I was pretty happy with both of them. They each have their drawbacks. Obviously, this is not as strong as paper mache. It's on, well, maybe it is actually if you use hard enough. I would say paper, but you don't get the details that you would get with, for example, this. And I also made a dress form using the paper mache example, and you get a lot more detail. You get, you know, things are a lot smoother. So I mean, again, and this is not paper mache. I suppose this is plaster paper. It was a lot easier for me to just wrap it with plaster paper. It goes a lot faster. So yeah, so these are my results. I hope you enjoyed my little short tutorial, or ideas and such and such. And oh, one other thing, you can also take cloth, obviously, and if you wanted to, if when you're making your designs and everything like that, and you want a more fitted pattern, you can also obviously take this pattern that you made and lay it down, and you can get a perfect fit for your form. So that's what I really like about this. And yeah, I guess let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, thank you for watching.